how to find happiness amongst the chaos. Hello all you beautiful souls out there in my social media family. How are you doing today? My name is Chris and I'm here to help you find your happiness. In today's video, we're going to be talking about finding happiness amongst the chaos. Now, understandably so, there's a lot of just crazy things going on right now. And it's funny because as I say that, the wind's starting to pick up and all the trees are, how the wind, I'm sure you can hear it, but the trees are all rustling, the leaves are all rustling. And so how do we go about finding peace and happiness amongst all this chaos? Well, the best way that I can help you understand how to find that inner peace and inner happiness is live and let live. Now, obviously, if there's things that are happening that are affecting your life directly, if situations or people are directly affecting your life, I would highly recommend seeing my video on how to remove toxic people from your life. And I'll put a link in up here in the corner for you guys to be able to see that, and I'll also put it in the description below for you as well. But honestly, when we go back to the phrase that we've all heard before, live and let live, that is one of the biggest mantras of how I go about my daily life. And I really have learned not to allow things that are not directly affecting me to impact my happiness. And how have I gone about doing that? Well, I've gone about doing that by understanding that the only thing that I really have the ability to control are my thoughts, my words, and my actions. And you hear me say this in other videos. But the more that I can drive that home with you today in this video, hopefully the more that you'll start to understand that our happiness is not dependent on another person, thinking or saying or being a certain way. Our happiness is not dependent on another situation being a certain way. Now, yes, obviously things can impact the way that we are feeling in the moment. Obviously, if we lose a job, lose a significant other, those can have an impact on the way that we're feeling right now. But the things that I'm really talking about is a more general overview about all the things that are happening in the world today. One of the things that I've been really good about doing and being very mindful of is discerning which information that I actually will sit there and watch. I don't watch the news. I don't watch all of the drama that's been going on. And it's not to say that I don't care about it, but the more that I allow these things to become to watch things like that, is the more that I'm attracting that energy, and the more energy that I'm actually feeding that paradigm or that pendulum. I guess you could look at it, as energy is a pendulum that's swinging back and forth between happiness and unhappiness. The more that I pay attention to those things that are going on in the world, the more energy that I'm feeding that negative paradigm or that pendulum swinging in that negative way. And so I'm really mindful of the way that I go about my daily life and what I will focus on, because obviously where we focus our energy to, that's going to expand. So, and I'm sure that you've experienced this before in the past, where you find something that bothers you and you keep focusing on it, and even though it's a little thing, the fact that you keep focusing on it, I'm sure you've gotten to a point where all of a sudden now it's this big thing and it has this huge impact on your life. But yet it didn't start off that way. It started off as something small. And like I said, the more that you focus on it, the greater it expands. And a perfect example that I could use for you and how to explain this is like when you have a significant other or a coworker or a friend that starts to do something that bothers you, and rather than just letting it go and leaving it alone and letting that person just be what they are and do what they're doing, and I'm talking about the things that don't have a direct impact on your life, and yet we start to focus on that, and we start to nitpick at our friend or our significant other about that, and then they start to resist and they start to kind of fight back against it or resist wanting to change it, whatever it is that they're doing. And then we start to get even more frustrated, and that frustration turns into anger, and now all of a sudden what started off as something small is now this huge thing. But yet if you can take that live and let live mentality again to those things that don't have a direct impact on your life, if your friend is doing something that negatively impacts them, and yes, I'm not telling you not to have compassion for it, but yet if that person is not coming and asking you for direct advice, hey, let it be. Let them do their thing. That is their journey to walk. That's their lessons that they have to learn. And one of the things that I've realized is the more that I try to change that person's perspective, I guess you could say, and I don't even know if that's the right way to say it, the more that I try to interject my opinion on what it is that they're doing and how they should change it, the more that creates that resistance from them to actually make that change. Now, what can we do to get people to understand that we don't like what it is that they're doing? Well, we can remove ourselves from the situation. There's plenty of times where I've told friends, I said, hey, look, while you're gonna be this way, I can't be around you. And you know, because it creates drama in my life, and it frustrates me to see yourself doing this, you know, see you doing this to yourself, and therefore I don't want to be a part of it, because then if I start to, you know, come at you for it because I don't like the fact that you're doing that to yourself, then I'm putting myself in that situation, and therefore starts to cause drama in my reality. And honestly, when it comes down to it, everybody, the only things that I really fight for nowadays is my inner peace, my inner happiness, and love. Those are the only things that I will fight for. And even when it comes to those things, most of the time, I'm just removing myself away from that situation, because that is the simplest way to maintain that inner happiness, that inner peace, is just to allow others to live and you know, to let them live and live my life, right? Live and let live. So I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that you were able to take away a few things that will help you be able to remove, you know, to find that peace and happiness in this time of chaos. If you did, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Other than that, please hit that subscribe button as well. It would really mean a lot to me. And also share this video with somebody who you think might benefit from it, because we never know when the right words from the right person are going to hit somebody at the right time and help them find their happiness. Until next time, I'm sending you all much love. Namaste.